this a little more? Yeah. Okay. Dang, it's bright. What the heck happened to my music? Okay, there we go. Perfect. There's a lot of flare. I wonder what the heck that could be. Might be reflective of the light. Ugh, not dark enough. It's fine. It's fine. As long as it doesn't, affect anything, we should be good. Hello there, Lavada. We're back to the good old setup. I just wanted to try something out. So I wanted to try out the old setup just to see something. Cause, you know, I actually haven't done that with this tablet. And the first thing I noticed is that the glare is really strong. You can see a lot of more reflective light than before, than with the older one. I'm not sure if maybe it's because the brightness is just so bright that the glare is just kind of crazy. Damn, my eardrums. So I don't know what to do about that, to be honest. I think it's just the glare of the white, to be honest. If I can lower it down, what would that do? Yeah, it is the glare of the light. But I need it pretty bright, because I can't see. Whoops. You guys saw nothing. You saw nothing. Jesus. Omega spoiler. You saw nothing. Alright. So yeah, we're finishing the drawing that I started yesterday. So we're just continuing with our lovely Ojiro drawing once more. I was gonna continue it, like I was going to continue it during the day yesterday, but I didn't. I ended up doing commissions instead. Which is like, it's fine. We ended up doing commissions instead. It was perfectly fine. So I decided we're just gonna finish it on the stream, if that's even possible. So, let's see. What am I? Oh wait, what the heck is this? Alright, we're starting with that. You should start with that first. Whatever this is. What the heck? Is this, what layer is this? You usually finish stream at this hour? No. It's 10 p.m. I usually finish at like 11, 12. It depends. My streaming hour is never really consistent. Ah, there we go. I guess it was from this. I guess we can erase it instead. I don't think I can stay long. It's all good. No need to worry. There we go. So I just had this silly adjustment in this one layer. Alright, so I'm gonna start as I usually do. We start with the face, and then we will keep going from there. Oh yeah, and the OST for today, we're playing Yumeniki OST. Yes, a classic. At least in my eyes, it's a classic. I don't know about it for anyone else. I'm gonna leave it on his beautiful face while I look for my Ojiro reference over here. Because I needed to look for a reference for his cape, and I didn't. You know, I forgot. Frick, am I supposed to write? Okay. I don't need it yet, but I'm definitely going to need it. Looking so peaceful, right? He's so beautiful. He's just sleeping. It's supposed to be a pile of flowers back here. But, I haven't drawn the flowers yet. I do have the references, though. Death flag. Who's gonna tell him? I'm not telling. You heard nothing. You heard nothing from me. Alright, so I'm gonna do it on an upper layer. So we're just gonna select this, put it above. I'm gonna lower the opacity because I usually don't have the opacity this high. And then new layer. Perfect. The fans are so cooked. You mean me. The fans being me. The fans being me. Okay? I'm not gonna say it just to not spoil anyone. But, I was cooked for like 2 days. Okay? My brain, it was unfortunate, okay? I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to talk about it. I already need to do a whole video about it. I don't want to talk about it. Like, uh, Alright. Deep sigh. Alright. Alright, so we're just gonna start with this beautiful face first. I'm gonna... So we're doing grayscale first. I'm pretty sure I talked about it yesterday, but we were doing grayscale first because I figured it'd be better to work with for this drawing specifically. So yeah, we're just gonna start by establishing what's gonna be our lighting. This music is a little bit too vibrant. There we go. So I'm just gonna start establishing our shadows first. The lighting is coming from here. At least my man looks peaceful. Yes. He did slay, you know? He died slaying. It's fine. Unlike the mental state of many. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Let's see. So the light, I'm gonna make the light come from here. Here? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna make the light come from here. I kinda wanted to make it come from here. Above or under? Dang it, I need to unselect. Hold on. I'm gonna unselect this so that I can establish what I'm gonna do with this stupid gradient. Okay. We're going to establish that first. From here. Yeah, there we go. To down here. This music is way too upbeat. I have it on shuffle, so we're just gonna have random vibes. There we go. Alright, so we have an established gradient here. That works. I feel like I ain't gonna lie, I feel like my camera is dirty. Like a halo, not literally, of light over his head? Yeah. And also because I wanted to put more focus on like the shading of like the cactus over here too. I feel like I do want to put more emphasis on the lovely cactus that's over here that he's holding on to. Hi, long time no see. Hello. Yes, it has been a while. Hope you've been doing well. I See a Pretty Boy? Yes, it's from Tribe 9. A game that I've been utterly obsessed with for the last month, almost 2 months now. Um, it's lovely. It's lovely here, you know. Busy with college, final project, sadly. Yeah, that's understandable. I was gone for like a month because of how much I've been focusing on this game instead of doing any drawings. It is what it is, I'm afraid. Right, we're gonna raise the brightness just a little bit more. There we go. Perfect. Now I'm gonna grab our shadow here. Setup is darker than usual because I'm not used to the lighting of the tablet. I noticed it has a lot more reflective light than my old one. What game? It's called Tribe 9. It's pretty new. It came out in like February. But it's been really good. Like it just had its third chapter like a few days ago, and it was an absolute banger. And so this drawing is loosely based on what happened in the story. I thought it was the shapeshifter OC of yours. The shapeshifter OC of yours. Are you talking about Lynn? Oh, I have a shapeshifter. I might need you to be more specific. Shapeshifter is a word I've never really used. Ah, you mean, Rozo. Okay, yeah, you should have just said. Yeah, Rozo. When you move from potato phone to tablet, did you find it complicated? Yes and no. Yes, in the sense that it was hard to get used to something so big. And no, in the sense that it was easier to go around. Like with the potato phone, you have a harder time seeing what you're drawing because you have to be so zoomed in. But with the tablet, I didn't have that problem. The difference was that with the tablet, I had to like readapt to how to visually see it, if that makes sense. Like I had to kind of readapt and get used to holding this big thing compared to holding the small thing. But it was definitely easier. It wasn't really too hard to adapt to. It was a very good change. Yeah, Rosa looks younger than him though. Rosa doesn't really look like this. I'm a little surprised you got confused. Rosa is younger looking. Shaded that there. Yumaniki OST is weird because it randomly just goes quiet and then suddenly you just say, have you ever played Love in Deep Space? Yes, I have. I have. My favorite character, Xavier. It's because of the thing on his chin. What thing on his chin? There's nothing on it. This line, I do it for every drawing. I always color over it afterwards. Xavier is my favorite too. Hey, Xavier girly. Let's go. I love Xavier. He's one of my favorites. I haven't played the game too much recently, but yeah. I actually haven't played since the Caleb update. Since Caleb came out. So I definitely should probably get back in there. He's so sweet. Yes, I love him. I like his story a lot too. He's so wonderful. My second favorite, definitely Zane, then Raphael, and then Silas last. I don't know, Silas is just not my type. But I can understand why people love him. Like he had a very perfectly valid reason to love him. But personally, not my type. So to me, it would be Xavier, Zane, Raphael, and then Silas last. Silas looks like he's smoldering 24/7. True. But I like him, and I like all of them. I think all of them, I don't really dislike any of them. Oh wait, I forgot to include Caleb. Would Caleb be on top of Silas? I think they'd be interchangeable. Cause I don't know too much about the character of Caleb yet, because I actually haven't, again, I haven't actually played that part yet. But I do know he's very different than the first Caleb we met initially. And I do know he has some interesting, character to him. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. So I can't put him on the list yet. Can only put, the 4 that I met already. I did like how Xavier looked. I mean, how Caleb looked. I got my friend into it yesterday and they love Caleb and I'm like, he's gonna be gone for a while. Yeah, but at least he's back. You know, at least he's back. I know he came back a little different, but he's back. And I'm looking forward to understanding like what happened to him and stuff. I look forward to that. Why, what's up with him? Okay, so spoilers for Love in Deep Space, which has nothing to do with what I'm drawing. I feel like I need to remind people. In Love in Deep Space, Caleb, who is, I guess, the childhood friend of DMC, he kind of just disappears for a while. We think he died, but he actually didn't. We don't know what did actually happen, because, again, I'm not in that part of the story. I don't know what actually happened. But it turns out he is alive, but, he acts a little different, because he was kind of hiding his true self from us. So, that's the brief rundown that I've gathered. I finally got to Silas because I've been avoiding the story. Damn. Yep. I'm still trying to... I haven't finished the Silas story either. I just haven't. So we don't really know much. I don't know much about Caleb. I am very interested in it though. The only reason I know this is because of the dang cards that I always get them on my For You page. That's the only way I've gathered any of this information from their freaking live stream and stuff. Outside of that, I know nothing. This music randomly goes so low. I gotta go. Alright, Lavida. Thanks for stopping by, though. The game itself is pretty good. It's just I haven't logged in because, again, I'm stuck in Tribe 9 Hell, which was the best thing that could have happened to me, but also the worst thing. Both the worst and the best. I regret nothing. The amount of OSTs I find randomly on Spotify. Damn. Yeah, sometimes the OSTs kind of find me, to be honest. Like, I could see a random game and be like, oh, OST of it? Yeah, I'll listen to it, and never even play the game. I'm sorry, if the OST is peak, that don't matter. I'm listening to it. Yumaniki, bro, what OST is this? The cult ones? Hell nah. Alright. Face has some really nice shading. Damn. Damn, girl. Why are you cooking like that? Okay, I'm kinda cooking. Same. Good OST equals I'm listening. Yes. Exactly. This OST is fire. It is good. But, I wonder what scene does this play? Such a odd OST for Yumaniki. I mean, Yumaniki is pretty random, so. There we go. Perfect. I feel like, I need to make it darker. Let me take a look. No. Not this either, but I'll see. Another new game that came out you should play with a friend is Split Fiction. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like playing with people that much. I'm not much of a multiplayer, kind of person. I don't actually play that much with other people. A lot of the games I play them on my own. I ain't much of a multiplayer girl. Okay, so I darkened it more. I think that was a good idea. Yeah. Yeah. Yep, that's great. There's some fun sequences and you explore a lot of fun genres. Yeah, I don't know. Does not really sound like my kind of thing. I don't like getting, like, I like getting into things, but at the same time, I don't like getting into things. It's a very interesting approach to life, but, it's how I feel about a lot of things. Oh my goodness. Jump scare. The hell? So I don't really know. I have heard of it. I don't know what it is though. So I don't really know. But just from like the multiplayer aspect, already does not sound like my thing. Yeah, but I don't know. Is its story good? Like what are we talking about here? So one and done game? Ah. Is it only, it's not on mobile then? Because I don't have mobile. All I have is mobile. I don't have anything else. So that sounds even more not up my alley. I'm gonna need more than just that, to be honest. I forgot you only have mobile. Yeah, there we go. That's all I have is mobile. I can't play anything else. Which is, it's not a problem to me. I usually enjoy watching playthroughs over playing it myself anyways. With the exception being obviously Tribe 9, since it was a game I was anticipating for years. Oh, and of course, Genshin and Star Rail when I used to have it. I actually have not been very active in Star Rail, so it's just Tribe 9 now, with some Honkai Star Rail on the side. We know, Pookie. Yeah. Yeah, you know. That's gonna be my entire thing for like... Oh my goodness! The music keeps jump scaring me. Oh hell no. In that case, I'll spoil a bit. The funniest sequence we went so far was we got to be silly pigs in flying sky. What the hell? Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. That sounds kinda crazy. Definitely not my thing. Tell me the OST. It's in shuffle. It's Yumeniki. The song is called There is the Bird Outside. Damn, it's such a long... This is the longest name ever. What the hell? There is the bird, outhouse, and yogurt in the house. Long ass name. But yeah, it's Yumeniki OST. You'll find it. If you search it, you'll find it. You'll find it somewhere. That's the only OST with a long name, because all these other ones are super short. Like this one is just called The Black Department Store. Excuse me? I never looked at the names of the OSTs. I just listened to them. Right, we're gonna just merge it here. Alright, we're gonna just select this background here. Now we're just gonna, I'm gonna make a new layer. We're gonna use the darken. Whoa, I'm not several centuries late. Hello, Pro Iden Enjoyer. Welcome in, hi. Welcome in, Iden. You are in fact not centuries late. You are 27 minutes late. But that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Yes, Chuya. Absolute peak. Dang, I forgot using the darken layer is kind of really ass. Darken layer is low-key garbage, but whatever. This is gonna be really dark back here. Oh wait, I should higher the opacity a bit more. It's low-key really dark. If the light is going through here, then this will have just some light, very light shadow. What lovely upbeat OST. Okay, that's, I need a darker color. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna add the shadow under here. Got a lot of shadow going on under here. Oh, no. Nope, nope, nope. Wrong color, wrong color. Wrong color again. And I clicked the wrong color again. Give me the actual color. Holy crap. There you go. Perfect. That works way better. Feel like might need a little bit of some more shadow somewhere. Well, let me just fix this first. Fix this hair part, and then we should be okay. Shadow, the ultimate life form. Wrong shadow. Wrong type of shadow, but you're not wrong. Let's remove this line here, as we usually do. This line I always do here is usually to separate the shadow of the front of the face from the chin. It usually helps for like the placement and stuff. Yeah. That's usually what I use it for. Just to remind me that there's shadow here. Oh my goodness. That's kind of scary. It's another thing with this OST. It's kind of scary. Okay, I guess next I should add just a little bit of light, because I'm gonna need to add the light afterwards again, because I'm gonna need a multiply layer on top of this more than likely to like make it darker, to like make it fit in more. So we're just gonna tackle this very lightly. Did you ever have a Sonic OC? Nope. I didn't, but my sister did. I almost never did. Actually, the only OC I've done for a fandom was Honkai Star Rail. I've never done actual OCs for existing fandoms outside of that. Yeah. Then why did you ask? I don't have any other OCs outside of that. So yeah, no. I have always been a Sonic fan, though. I used to watch the games a lot when I was younger. I would play them a little bit sometimes, too. Yeah, that's the only one I have. And that's literally the only one I have. I just got into fandom. Dang. That's it. That's interesting. I'm almost surprised that there's still new people in this fandom. Because, like, it's been going on for so long, you would think everyone already knew. But it's really good, honestly. I've always liked Sonic. Every new game they release tends to be pretty good. Story-wise, because, you know, that's what I'm mostly here for. That was my childhood, so it's pretty iconic. Your favorite is Silver and Shadow? Dang, my favorite was always Shadow. I feel like when I was younger, I obviously I had a very obvious type, which is like edgy character that's actually really nice. Like, that was definitely my favorite trope when I was younger. Has it changed? Not really, because now it's like more broadened. So now there's more in between it. But if a character like that does show up, I am probably going to like them. So that hasn't changed too much, to be honest. Do I have more types now? Yes. Is that one still one of my favorites? Yes. Who are they? I don't think I know. I don't think I know what that is. I don't know what that is. The one that's playing now or the one that played before? Because the one that played before, I didn't see the name. Batman and Robin Hood? And Red Hood? No, you mean, the one before? I don't know. It disappeared. But yeah, it's a pretty common theme. I'm sure you must have heard it before. Ah, Batman and Robin. Dang. I'm not too deep into DC, to be honest. But I think both of them is good. I feel like both of them have their own charm. I wouldn't be able to pick between them, but that would be my point, though. I like Marvel more. I don't like neither. Like DC, I only saw The Flash with my dad, and after season 3, it was garbage. But outside, oh, and Arrow too. After season 2, that shit was ass as well. I wasn't too deep into a live action. I'm just not a big fan. I just wasn't a big fan. And since that was mostly the media way to consume Marvel, because I had no access to the comics, I just didn't really care about it. Did not care about it that much. It's not really my thing. Okay, so I put shadow up here, but I'll be honest, I didn't need to do that. Okay, neck shaded. Perfect. Dang, he just looks like an angel. Does he have black in his? Yes, he does. He has a black strand right in the middle here. So I should probably add that before shading the rest. Stunning, yes. So stunning, he shines. Dang, and then it randomly gets dark. Okay, so I'm gonna add his little black strand right here. There we go. Perfect. We have his lovely little dark strand in between. Okay, so now we can go with the hair. I'm gonna just randomly block it. And then I'm gonna actually fix it after. looks like that one Sunday drawing you have in your shorts. Yeah, I was going for a similar vibe to that. Yeah, I was looking for a similar vibe to that. That's kind of what I was going for. It has that similar theme. Which is kind of funny, because their character arcs are kind of similar too. Funny coincidence in that regard. But yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. Except that Sunday had like, you know, a more serious expression. It was giving it, but it has that same feeling. Just that it's for different reasons. What is he holding? He's holding a cactus. It's not shaded, so it doesn't look like one. Because I haven't added any of the spikes or any of that. But it's supposed to be a cactus. For now, it looks like that. I'm going to fix that during the rendering after this. He likes cactuses, okay? That's why I drew it. I'm just gonna go all the way around. Okay. Change it to multiply. Yeah, there we go. Make that reach all the way down. Okay, I feel like I need to erase some of this. So I feel like more of this white needs to be, more of this black needs to be get rid of. Shouldn't be that. And obviously we're gonna lighten it a lot. Perfect. Now, you start fixing the strands. He has a lot of strands of hair, mainly because it's short hair. Makes it easier for me to shade it compared to long hair. It's just because of how inherently detailed it is. I don't need to like start adding a bunch of individual figure out the sense of direction. It already has it. And that's what I meant to say. Right? Cleaning that up. Then I need to add the shadow from behind his face. If the sun's coming through here, the shadow is going to backdrop this way. Okay. Gotta keep that in mind. I'm back. Oh, welcome back. Oh, I didn't even know you left. That was extremely quick. Alright, I'm going to go now. Pick up this bleed here. Actually, I could use this brush. This new brush for it. Since it would look nice for the hair. Alright, I think... Okay, we have established the block of the shadow. I think we can just clear it a little bit more. Clean it a little bit more. Like so. Okay. Yeah. That works. And then obviously we're gonna need a bit of some darker shadows back here. But it doesn't need to be too dark yet, at least. So you're just gonna put that merge down, multiply, click on this thing, click on this, and then slowly work my way around. Nice. Okay. Now, oh wait, I should add that over here too. Yeah, I should definitely add it over here. Because there's a lot of overlapping hair. That should be of a similar shade. I made a new OC once again? Dang. I don't know how you can keep on making more so often. What happens to your older ones? Do they just get put in the back burner? Okay, this song is actually perfect. Oh. Oh, wait, whoops. No wonder it's not working. Wrong, wrong setting. Did take a break from my shenanigans and trauma. True. But, yeah, it's kind of hard to, like, focus on too many at once, especially from their, like, different stories. That's why I try not to do it that much. Because they will inevitably go into the back burner for a while. Okay, now we got that done. Put that down. I think I want to shade the cactus now. So I think I'm going to do that. We are going to shade the cactus. And I'm going to look for a better brush for this. Oh, hello there, Alter Tattertots. Welcome in. I feel like this would work really well for what we're going for here. But I feel like some change should be made. There might be a better layer, actually. This? No. Too sparse. Still too... Now it's just too small. I know there's a brush here that's perfect for that. I feel like this one's probably the bestest one, huh? Yeah, I think this might actually be the brush I need. Alright, yeah. And I'm just gonna make it smaller. Yeah, and then I'm gonna fix it. So, put it on white. Smaller. Smaller. Okay, now it's just too close together. Okay. Now it's still too big. Still too big. Still too big. Jeez. Why is it so big? Freaking brush. Cannot go any smaller either. I mean, it can. Stayed the same. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna... We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna fix it. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put that like that for now. And you're gonna be like, well, what the hell are you doing? Just trust me. Put some trust in me. You gotta trust the process a little bit. La 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 la. La 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 la. We're just gonna la 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 la. We're gonna la 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 all our way to success. In fact, I'm gonna need to lower the opacity so I can see. La la la. Fix that. Okay, so I'll leave the finger in between the spikes. I feel like that's a very natural Ojiro thing to do. Now we're gonna erase all this weird excess that I added into it. Dang, the music legit played nothing. I watched it play the entire thing and no music played. That's crazy. So this one, the hand is gonna be obviously on top of it. Well, this one's gonna be in between. YouTube screwing up the audio is becoming deep fried? Oh, hell nah. Audio is already really shit. Now you're just making it worse? That's crazy. Damn. Right? Cut it all the way around. For real, YouTube hates you? It is what it is. No, that's fine. Alright. Now, I'm gonna adjust it a little. Now we're gonna fix this even more by cleaning up the spiked lines instead. I'm gonna add another layer, and I'm going to fix the spikes that are going on here. Yeah. It's just that's the thing. When you stream on mobile, it doesn't let you stream horizontally. It only lets you vertically. It's so garbage. That's literally the only way to stream. You can only do it vertically. Rather it be from screen or not. It's literally a mobile problem. If you have a computer, you're fine. Or an outside streaming platform, but I don't have one. I don't have any set up like that. What's that hunting ass music? I'm playing Yumaniki OST, and I have it on shuffle. And so you're randomly gonna get upbeat music like this one that's playing right now, and then you're randomly gonna have the most haunting music you'll ever hear. That's just a natural course. Normal Yumeniki, most normal Yumeniki OST. And it's that one OST that will haunt your nightmares. I don't have it. I only have it for it to shuffle on Yumeniki OST. It can't shuffle to anything else. The album is literally of just that OST. I'm not a Spotify user or anything, so. So it's not gonna shuffle into something else. It's not gonna shuffle into a different game or series. I just download Pirate, same. I refuse to use Spotify, bro. Every time I use it, it's just garbage. So I just have to uninstall it again. It's not worth it. I just use YouTube or Pirate. That's it. We don't need all of that. At least me personally, I just can't. I'm not paying for no YouTube premium, for no Spotify premium. The YouTube premium either. They're both garbage. They're both pretty ass. Ah, a fellow pirate based? It's just nah, I'm good. Honestly, I'm good. I don't need all that. Drawing is already amazing. Thank you. I'm glad to hear it. It's the same drawing I was working on yesterday, but since I didn't finish it during the day, I just decided I'm just gonna continue it. I don't normally do that. I usually like starting a new drawing when I start a new stream, but you know, I just haven't had the mental strength to do it recently. Especially since I have like commissions and stuff. I might leave later on because of sleep. That's fine. That's all good, honestly. Get your sleep. Sleep is more important anyways. Alright. Whoops. Wrong. I'm gonna repaint the spikes again. Manually. So what I'm gonna do is that I just slowly find a sense of direction. If I had money though, I'd like to ask for a commission. You're one of the best artists I've seen. Aw, thank you. I appreciate the thought. My commissions are always open, so if you ever do have the money and you think you want one, I'm always here. I'm always available. I don't mind it. Dang. So the cactus is very interesting because it does have like some lines in between, like some of the folds. I just wish you won't retire by the time. Nah. Art is my thing. I'd never leave it. Art to me is like the only thing that really matters. Like I could live. I don't know what I'd do if I didn't have art with me. You guys stream till you're 90? Not till I'm 90, but like I don't I don't know about that. But I hope it could be for a long time. Damn. Well, you don't have to worry about that with me, cause when it comes to art, I'm definitely not gonna stop. You're gonna have to stop me at my grave, I fear. I would draw even if it's on a freaking napkin. Dang. Wrong layer. No, I think that's a very normal sentiment to have. But if there's one thing that I've always have thought about is that no matter what, you have to accept that the end does come. And well, I pretty much accepted that fact. I just hope that I can get everything before that happens. Sometimes it's fine to think deep. Slower. As long as it doesn't stop you from doing what you want to do, of course. It's always important to have that conversation and make sure it doesn't stop you from actually pursuing anything. I feel like some people get so hung up on it that they never actually manage to do anything. So I try not to get that to go over me. I think about it, but I don't let it stop me. Okay, now I have to redraw this finger because the finger is being covered by all the thorns. Yeah, it's not good to let it stay all in your head. Dang, I keep remaking these spikes over and over again. But it's just I need to define them. I need to make sure that they are well adjusted. And that they don't look like random garbage splattered on it. I gotta make sure it gives the feeling. How is the hand positioned? Okay, so it's like kind of softly leaning into the cactus, so he's touching it. These fingers should be more curled up. I need to fix that. But basically he's just holding on to it from above. Like these fingers are supposed to be closer. But I haven't fixed that yet. So I guess he's kind of hugging it. I should fix that right now, actually. As soon as I'm... With both hands? Both hands? Yes. But the other hand is not visible because it is behind it. Yeah, so you don't really see it. The fingers would be like right here in this area behind the flowers. He's kind of like curled up. So it's like curled up. It's not really It's fine. You can't really see it. So I just need to move these fingers, honestly. They're supposed to be more curled up. Yeah, that's the thing about perspective. It's a little bit, can be a little bit confusing at times. Okay, let me see if this works or not, or if I'm gonna have to like redraw it completely. I'm gonna have to redraw it a little bit. Yeah. I'm just gonna lift it up a little bit. And then the cactus is gonna end up covering more of this. So this is supposed to end up being more covered. Yeah, it's gonna be more covered like this. That's probably how it should look. Not completely, because it's still a sketch. Spikes, yikes. Yep. But you know, that's why, in a way, Ojiro likes them. I guess, in a way, that's why he can relate to them. Been like 3 years since I drew? Dang. I feel like everyone went to that stage, though, of just looking at tutorials thinking it could help. To me, though, tutorials never helped me. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this in the past, but they were never useful to me, even when I was, like, little. Oh my goodness. Because they would never explain the fundamentals of why it needed to be that way. And for some reason, if it wasn't explained directly, I just couldn't understand it. Look at that, it's already looking more like a cactus. Jesus. I need to know perspective, anatomy, color theory, and a bunch of other things, Sob. One at a time, girl. You tackle all of those at the same time, you're cooked. Tackle one at a time. I recommend you start with anatomy, then perspective, then work on color theory and everything else. Because anatomy kind of ties into perspective. So those two kind of can go hand in hand. Anatomy is getting easier for me because I use my own body as reference. Yep, that's a great way to learn. I feel like that's the easiest way to learn. Color theory, I just bunch up a bunch of colors that look good together. I mean, that's kind of how you learn, to be honest. You kind of figure it out, I feel. Because, like, if you ask me right now, how did you learn color theory? I can't tell you. Because it kind of just happened. And I don't know how to explain it to anybody else. It kind of just happens. I feel like, honestly, it's just the tutorials never really told me either way why this works with this. I feel like there has to be a good one out there, but most of them were not very explanatory. They would just kind of tell you these colors work with these colors, but then they wouldn't tell you why they work together, or why they do look good. Why does the saturation change between them? What does the tones have to do with it, and all that. And so I don't know. I don't know. They never really they never helped me very much. I kind of just figured it out and then just ran with it. And that's what I always do. Figure it out, run with it. I do that with games. I do that with literally everything I've ever consumed. The music is buffering. Excuse me. You good? The music's having a hard time. Alright, so now I'm gonna fix this because the white is too bright. And honestly, it doesn't need to be that bright. I can't even shade hair. I shaded like gotcha animators. Damn. Damn, we've all been there. What the hell? That scary track is from that OST? Yes! This isn't... Yes, it is. A lot of... You'd be surprised how many scary OSTs are actually from this game. Are from Yume Nikki. A lot of popular scary songs are from Yume Nikki. Damn, I didn't even know. I feel like many people don't know. I think that's like really normal, to be honest. Okay, look at that cactus. We kinda cooked. I still think the spikes could be more separated. They're kinda too stuck together. But we can work with that. We can leave that for now. By the way, you guys ever go into a VC on Discord? Because, like, if you guys have the time over the weekends, I could really explain my characters in VC. I don't know. I usually don't join VCs very much. I'm not a big fan. Surprising, considering I literally do stream, but, like, I don't usually VC very much. And I still don't have an area for VC. I should probably add one. Okay, so obviously that's on top. He's obviously holding on to that. Pull this a little bit. Yep. More spaces in between also works. Okay, cool. Dang, this cactus is cooking. These petals over here, I'm gonna shade them a little later. But I'm gonna make sure to place the shadow of where it goes, which would be around here. And then the light should be coming from over here. So perfect. Okay. Sick. Now we have this whatever happened over here to the hair, but we can leave it like that for now. We don't need to worry about that. What I do want to do is shade the pot now. The pot shouldn't have any intense shading. I mean, it is being hidden after all, but it should have just a little bit. Lower it as low as possible. Damn, the glare is really strong in this area. Jesus. Alright. Then, add multiply again. We're gonna add shadow around the hand, just to make it look more like he's holding on to it. Because that's very important. Just in this side. The cactus is cooking more than Q. Yeah, because Q's unfinished. But I figured to start with the cactus would be better, because the cactus is so detailed. It's like it's kind of easier to get that out of the way and then work on the character. Not the flowers though, because since the flowers are in the background, yeah, I work on that one last. He doesn't need that complex shading yet. Also, for the sake of this stream, I'm calling him Ojiro now. I kind of refuse to call him Q in this form. Like, in this outfit, I refer to him as Ojiro. In the other design, I call him Q. That's how I'm working with this. I refuse to call him Q for the sake of my own sanity. After chapter 3, calling him Q feels a bit dreadful. It kinda hurts. Kinda hurts. Alright. Add another layer. We're gonna put it on overlay. And put some white. So we can have a little bit of something going on. So there's light supposed to be going through here. Just a little bit. And then they're supposed to be darker back here. Because the light is coming from over there. Why did I think this was Doki Doki for a second? I forgot they have a theme that's really similar. Remember, I'm comparing myself to adults. And it's not about just the fact that I'm an adult, but it's also because I've been doing this for longer. Like, I've been drawing since... I've been taking art seriously since 2016. 2016, and we're in 2025. Those are so many years of room to grow and improve art. It's not worth comparing your progress to someone else's progress. That's why they say, if you want to be competitive, compete with your previous self. Because your progress is going to be different than someone else's progress. And comparing yourself to another person's progress is not worth it. It's just not worth it. You can't really go through that direction. Comparing yourself won't do much good. Alright. Perfect. Alright. Overlay. Add another layer of white up here. Because the light is still... So 9 years? Let me do the math real quick. I'm going to be honest, I don't know. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yep, 9 years. Yep. I was traditional art for 2016 to 2019. 2019, I started digital art. So that was 5 years. 6 now. Damn, this overlay, I need more white. Not white enough. The lighting needs to be stronger. So I'm just gonna make the light shine even more through here. Okay, now the light should not shine down here though. So what happened to my music? It's buffering again. Yep. It's mother. Okay, so I got still not strong enough light. Okay, sure. Alright, I get it. You don't... Lighting is not lighting today. I understand. Okay, there's gonna be... I think I could just make a little bit of shading in the line here. Perfect. Kinda. I need to fix this one here. Because when this blends, this bends, not blends, bends, the armor's supposed to look different. So I need to fix that. Definitely need to fix that. Okay, so now we got some strong light going on from here. Now once we reach this area, the light is going to be way softer. So we always have like the harsh light all the way up here, and then we just slowly get away from that as we go down. So I'm just gonna put that really bright up here, just so I can remember that that is supposed to be very shiny and bright. I'm gonna do the same with the cactus here. Nice. Okay. Someone's gonna get spoiled if they come in here. Oh, hell no. I'm not, it was a mistake to put that picture as my wallpaper when streaming, but it's so pretty that I couldn't really help it. It's such a beautiful picture. What was that noise, Belinda? The sound of fear. The sound of dread. Leave me alone, bro. I didn't wanna show that. It may be my wallpaper, but it's such a omega spoiler that if someone comes in here, they're just gonna get that straight into their face. It's not worth it. My wallpaper is the night sky because it was too bright for me at night. That makes sense. That makes sense. You know what? That's actually pretty based. My phone's wallpaper is Kazuki. Since Kazuki's like black and blue, he's a pretty dark. It's a pretty dark colored wallpaper. So it doesn't hurt my eyes either. But on my iPad, I don't really care. I just put whatever I feel like putting, and then I don't change it for like 2 years or something. Then I never change it until something new comes up. But I still didn't want a pitch black screen. Yeah, getting a boring screen is not good. You just gotta put something that can help. I just realized that I had already clicked on that, but the thing barely changed. Okay, let's put it on multiply so we can color the back of this. What the hell? No. Who's your favorite OC? OC that has the most attention. Okay, OC that has the most attention. This is gonna be an interesting answer. Because they've had the most attention from me, but they're the one I've literally never shown to you guys. That's a very interesting question because it's a character I've actually never shown to you guys, but they always have my attention. Like their name is literally my username in almost every single game I play. They're like a primordial factor to my stories. His name is Aegim. I'm gonna start with that. His name is Aegim. So Aegim. And he is from a story that I started a really long time ago. So this is like a really old story. I think it was made in like 2021. No, it's an E instead of an I. So AEGIM. Let me see if I can write it. I Gim. I am. Yeah. Yeah, that's the name. I use it for literally everything. In most of my games, that's the name I use. In a lot of places, that's the name I use. He's a character I really think about all the time. Um, but I never show him to anyone. Except for like at the time when I made him. Mainly because their story, the story he's a part of, takes place after a lot of my other stories. So that story takes place after Faceless Masquerade and after Revolt of the Dacidium. So it takes place after my two bigger major stories, which is why I don't really talk about it that much either. But it always has my attention. It always has my attention. I'm gonna see if I can show him to you. Hold on. Maybe I can show him. No, I think I will have to go two back in my gallery. Next stream, I'll have a picture of him prepared to show it. I'll show it to you guys next time. It's just I'm not gonna be able to show it because I need to scroll too much through my gallery. We're gonna be here for ages. So next time I'll show him to you guys because it's too much. I would have to go too far. But yeah, it's Aigim. He definitely always has the most attention out of everyone. In terms of story, in terms of design, in terms of everything. He's the one I think about the most. Which is very interesting. Once you see him, you probably won't understand why, but yeah, I'll explain to it in the future. I'll explain to it next time. What happened to my music, bro? We're buffering again? Damn. All it's done is buffer today. Okay, so I need to do some major shadow for the back of the arm. Damn it. Doesn't let me. Let's try that again. Shadow for the entire back of the arm. Okay. La 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 la. Okay. And now, can I please have music play? What the hell? Oh. Not exactly the music I had in mind. Sure, I guess. Can't complain now. Okay, the shadow should not be as dark as the hand one. It should be lighter. So now I need to change the hand's shadow. Dang, does this work? Yes. Okay, we're doing fine. Is this? Now I added too many folds. Now these folds just all... Now there's too many folds. Wrinkly, yeah, like he is folded, so it is gonna be wrinkly, but it's wrinkling too far away. It shouldn't wrinkle too far. The wrinkle should be relatively short. Okay, yeah, there you go. The wrinkles just needed to be shorter. I was making them too long, and that just wasn't gonna do. That was not going to do us much good. Cool. Okay. Now, is this on overlay? Or is this on, okay, this is on multiply, so I cannot do the next thing in question. Whoops. Not that. Do you watch those OC concept idea videos? No. No. I do not. I hardly watch OC content. It's actually, or like character design ideas? Nope. I don't know. Most of them come from random things I see during the day or from media I check out, but I never really look. I don't really look for it. It tends to look for me. It finds me, and I end up coming up with something. That's kind of how it goes. But I don't really watch them. Not really. Okay, now the light is a little low. If I duplicate it, yeah, it's a little brighter. Got some good, I think. Yeah, okay. Color that on top since we don't have any line art. Dang, why does this keep happening? Stop hovering. Just play the dang music. Oh. There, I got it to work again. Now if we could just keep doing that and not stop. This is so eerie. Okay, so I got some light back in here. So now we're gonna grab. No matter how much I try to remember my OC's lore, I know a specific OC's whole life story, dot to dot. Huh? You mean you don't remember it, dot to dot? Or that you do remember it? Well, I think there was a typo somewhere in there. Like, I remember it too vividly. I mean, yeah, that's kind of what remembering entails. I remember most of my character stories precisely. Not all of them, because some of them are just too old. Like my 2019 one. His story was garbage anyways. Ah, so you can only remember like one character specifically? Not all of them? I can remember most of them. I think there's like 2 exceptions, they're just really old characters that I just don't care about anymore. Or that I'm reworking their stories. But they're fossils at that point. Fossil characters. Damn, I don't know what I usually write them down after a while. Like, if I move on to something else, I try to write down the lore that I have, so that I can always have it and remember it if I need to. It's always good to have it. Memory is not perfect. You just gotta make sure you write it down somewhere where you can find it again. Same, but I know specific OC's lore perfectly, but others I'm still developing their stories. Yeah, that's a very natural feeling to happen. It's only natural that you're gonna like either A, forget, or work on them and change them over time. Especially the latter. Sometimes you're gonna look at the character's story and you're gonna be like, dang, that was kinda ass. I wanna rewrite it. And so you change it. Which was pretty much what I did with some of them. Some of them I rewrite them because they're too similar. So I'm just like, oh dang, that's too similar to another character. Let's just take it away and rewrite it. Which was an issue that I'm still having with Kawahu. Because Geshuin accidentally took the role Kawahu was supposed to play. And now Kawahu, like, I'm having a hard time putting him back in the story. So, that's why I have not talked about any of the Kawahu lore or any new Faceless Masquerade lore in general. Because I'm kind of working on it. There's kind of new stuff I want to get involved, and it's going through a bit of a process. Like, Kawahu is important for other segments, but now the way he was going to be introduced, I can't do it anymore. I gotta tackle it a little differently. How would Geshuin and Demetrius interact? Okay, that's interesting because in the story, at least in the first half, they don't interact with each other at all. But if they were to interact, what would be their dynamic? Let me think about this. Because it's just Geshuin is not a talker, bro. Geshuin is the most antisocial person you could probably ever meet. That dude only talks to Rowan. And it's usually very brief sentences. Very straight to the point. He gives his 2 sentences and then he just gets back to work, gets back to doing literally anything else instead of talking. Which is why he's not really made for investigation. He's more of a fighter. He's more of a listener, gather information, and fight. He's not the talker. He's not much of a talker, which is why he never really interacted much with Demetrius. But if he did, I think he'd be a bit cautious of him, to be honest. I think he would be a bit wary of Demetrius. Because Geshuin doesn't have much trust in the Faceless Hunters. He really doesn't. So he would probably be very cautious and definitely not talk to him. He would talk to him even less than how he talks with other people. He would just look at his every move and analyze his every movement. He'd just analyze the living hell out of him. And then figure out if he should talk to him or not. That's literally how it would be. They're not exactly poor Demetrius. Yeah, Demetrius. It's not Demetrius's fault. He got himself in this group that got the worst reputation of all time. Not his fault. And At least Demetrius can clarify, because at least Demetrius is not a bad person. But he's definitely not the kind of person Geshuin would get along with. Just because of Demetrius being superficially prideful. Because, Demetrius isn't actually super prideful or anything, but he definitely comes across like that. And that's just not, that is not Geshuin's thing. He's not a big fan of that either. So, yeah, Geshuin would be just a very overall cautious person. Wouldn't talk to this guy until he knows for sure that he has nothing sketchy about him. Until there's nothing sketchy about him, he'll talk to him. We know Demetrius is a softie inside. Not even a softie per se, but he does actually care about things. Is he pretty prideful? Yes, he is. He is pretty prideful. But it doesn't stop him from, like, being a good person. You know? I feel like people, when they hear that someone's prideful, they immediately think, oh, this person is just terrible just because they're full of themselves. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. You can be prideful about yourself and not put anyone else down. That's when pride becomes a problem. When you start tearing other people down to make yourself look better, yeah, that's when pride becomes a sin. But pride overall is not a bad thing to have. And so so Demetrius is prideful, but he doesn't tear anybody else to make himself look better. Yeah, that's the best way I would describe it. But Geshuin doesn't know that, because he doesn't know him. He doesn't know him personally. So he's just gonna analyze until he notices that aspect of him. Damn, I'm kind of cooking with these folds. I kind of spaced out for a moment, and the folds are actually looking really good. I do need to add some details of the clothes that I do not have here. I would have to go into the game to look at the model, so that I can do the lines. I don't know if I want to do that now or not. I think you mentioned he was based off a geisha. Yeah, he's based off a male geisha. The name Geshuin itself, first of all, it's obviously not his real name, because the word Geshuin is not a real word. It's completely made up. That's not a Japanese word. I definitely have said that before. So that's obviously not his real name. It's just the name that he goes by for the sake of work and stuff. But yeah, the name itself is a combination of a different word, which is I think it was Geshui. I forgot what the actual word was. Dang, I had searched it up before, but the actual word, it's a combination of geisha and a different word that would be the correct term. That would be the correct term instead of using Geshuin. You like the group Calosfera? I don't know what that is. No idea what that is. Not here for long, just here to like. Thanks for stopping by, Aria. Nice to see you, though. I appreciate the support. Hope you're having a good day so far. Or a good afternoon. Hope nothing too crazy is going on. Whoops. Oh wait, that's a normal layer? I thought I was working on a multiplied layer. Guess not. Gonna fix this now. Look at that. Perfection. We got some great shading going on. Now, just need to adjust it a little bit. By kind of just erasing some of this. Boom, boom. I meant to, thank you. Now we can compare. Let's look at the comparison. Boop. Bam. Dang, I love being able to do this. Like seeing the difference of rendered and non-rendered. Absolute slay. Can't wait to add the line details that are really gonna make it look better. Unfortunately, can't do that yet. But soon. Oh my god, not this one again. What the hell? Oh, I should put some shadow here too. I don't know why I hadn't shaped this. Okay, that's not the layer I should be using for that. Yeah, we should be putting that on multiply. This audio has been playing on repeat, right? But it has a different name. So it's not the same. I don't know, cuh. I don't know, bro. I don't know what to say about that. Yeah, I guess it is what it is. And it's on shuffle. I don't know what the hell. I guess I had to start over maybe because of all the buffering. Oh, that's something different. Oh, ew. Gemini AI. Who the heck clicked on that? Hate this freaking AI bullcrap, bro. I literally don't care. I'm not going to ask your stupid AI. Wait, how would your OCs interact with like other characters? For example, with Q, Argenti, etc. Okay. I'm gonna use Geshuin as the example for this. Geshuin would high-key get along really well with Q. I feel like he'd get along very well with Q slash Ojiro. They have some points that I feel like they could relate to. I feel like there's some pointers they can relate to. They're also both pretty quiet characters. They're also known as the strongest in their respective stories. So I feel like the two of them, they would get along pretty well. I feel like they'd get along really well. Now, Geshuing with Argenti, that one is more interesting. Because Argenti is a yapper. Argenti talks a lot. And he's very over-dramatic. Not over-dramatic. I feel like he just has a very boisterous personality. So I feel like Geshuing would feel a little bit overwhelmed. But they would get along. I feel like they would have stuff to talk about. You know, Geshuing would probably open up a little bit because of how welcoming Argenti is. So yeah, I feel like it wouldn't go too badly either. I think it wouldn't go too bad. It would definitely be different for Geshuin. But I think they get along. Any other character I feel like I could do? I don't really know. Baby steps, Geshuin. Baby steps. True. Geshuin gotta take it easy. Slowly learning how to adapt to the social life. Gotta go? Alright. We'll see you. See you tomorrow then. Or, I don't know, next time. I don't know if you're leaving permanently or not. But thanks for stopping by, Kahuna. Okay, I just realized the shadow's on the wrong side. Your OC is dealing with Buhil or Sunday. Okay, Geshuin dealing with Sunday? He'd be very cautious of Sunday, I'm gonna be honest. Just similar reasoning to how he'd be cautious with Demetrius. Because again, Sunday got a lot to him. You know, Sunday is not as forthcoming, especially not old Sunday. You know, old Sunday got a rough history. And so I feel like he'd be wary of him at first, but then he'd be able to relate to him. I feel like they'd be able to relate to each other afterwards. So it's like at first a little cautious and then would just be more welcoming. And Boot Hill, yeah, I think he'd get along with Boot Hill too. Because Boot Hill's personality is a little bit similar to Rowan's personality, which is literally his best friend and partner. Partner in crime, not of romantic. Rowan, she's pretty similar to Boot Hill, I feel. Like, she's very confident, but she's also very serious, too. So, they have a similar, character. So, I feel like Geshuin, he'd be able to, get along and understand Boot Hill pretty well. Like, I think he'd be pretty open to interacting with them both. But he would definitely be a bit cautious of Sunday. Just at first. Okay, I'm gonna fix this fold. For some reason, this fold here was just too bright. I don't know what I was really going for. There you go. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, that's how I feel like it would be. At least for them in that sort of scenario. Of course, if there's obviously other characters that I feel like I could make them interact with them. For example, we obviously have Rozo and these other characters. But I focus a lot on Geshuin. Because Geshuin is kind of the character I've been focusing a lot in my head. At least recently. Like, I want to do more artworks featuring him because I just don't draw him that much. I haven't drawn him very much. I only have, like, I think 2 drawings of him. And he's definitely one of my favorites design-wise from the OCs that I've made in Faceless Masquerade. I don't know, I like what I did with it. It's pretty straightforward, I think. And by that I mean straightforward, I mean my reasoning, not the concept. Okay, alright, now we need to separate this from this. Like this. Ta-da. Okay. Perfect. Add more shadow all the way back here. Okay, that's nice. It's a little reflective light. It kind of makes it look like it's metal. Probably because it's gray, but it's not metal. It's not metal. It's It's still fabric, I'm pretty sure. Actually, let me look at the model. That is fabric still. Yeah, it's fabric. It kind of looks like it could be metal. Metal or fabric? Okay, I think it actually might be like metallic fabric. So I feel like coloring it like if it was metal does kind of fit what it is. So I guess I could fix that and leave it how it was. Oh, what the heck is this banger? Okay. Jesus. Okay. Sure. Robot noises. That's fine. Definitely did not jump scare me again. Alright, now we can add the separation here. Is this multiply or yeah, this is multiply. And then we're gonna do dark around here. There we go. I feel like there should be some black back here. Because there's not a lot of light back here. So it kind of does not make sense that this area would be so bright compared to everything else. So yeah, this should definitely be lighter. Jack. Okay. Perfect. I should reselect this to... Yeah! I keep clicking that. Stop clicking out into the wallpaper. Hell no. I keep doing that. I am sorry. I'm sorry. That's literally a jump scare. At least you guys can't see the actual thing. You can just see like just a brief piece of it. That's the only thing I think about this iPad that I'm not used to. I'm not used to not clicking on that stupid big button that the iPad has. You know which one I mean. Like, usually you just press on the center and that's how you get out. But on here, you kind of just touch it on the screen. And so I end up, I do end up accidentally clicking out when I'm drawing or playing a game. And it is really frustrating. But that's just something I'm gonna have to get used to. I'll eventually get used to it. Okay. We got that done. Dang, we did a lot of progress. Okay, I'm gonna add some shading onto the armor part here. Just a little bit. I'm not gonna render it per se. But I just want to know where I'm gonna place the black here. Because this is armor. This isn't a glove. It's like an armored glove. I'm just gonna add a little bit of the light that it kind of needs. Dang, good luck. Hope you have a good day. As much as a good day that you can have, honestly. Sounds rough. How long have you been streaming? 2 hours and 5 minutes. I'm gonna end as soon as I finish rendering. I think as soon as I finish rendering this part, I think I'll be done for today. Like, all I'm missing really is to shade the cape, and I guess shading the boot as well. Yeah, I think shading the boot would also be a bit of that too, huh? Hope to see you next stream. Hey, you will see me next stream. I don't know if tomorrow, but we'll see. Because I don't know if tomorrow I'm gonna be doing something or not. We'll see. You just make sure your notifications are on. Maybe you'll see it. Then again, YouTube's still bugging, to be honest. I don't receive notifications of things that I turned on notifications for. And it's a little frustrating. Definitely frustrating. Right? The cape shouldn't be too bright down here. It should be mostly bright over here. Guessing our idea, maybe him reading under a tree or him in action. It's funny you say that, because I did have two ideas of drawing him with his weapon in like a combat stance, but I was also thinking of drawing him as a child with his best friend. So it might happen. It might actually happen. I just need my Ojiro obsession to kind of leave, which I've been having a hard time doing. So no guarantees, but I have been having the idea. So yeah. Potentially could have one. Does that man ever smile? Who, Geshuin? No. No, not really, no. At least not as an adult. As a child, he did a little bit. As a child, he used to smile a little bit more. But even back then, he wasn't like too smiley. I think he smiled more when he was with his parents. And then a little bit afterwards, he was, even with his best friend, he would smile. But then afterwards, it just, not really. So yeah, he's not a smiler, to be honest. It doesn't mean he's not happy. He just kind of doesn't do it. I wonder what happened to him. Well, I guess you'll have to find out on the future. Did Bro's BFF die, or is his BFF Rowan? His BFF is not Rowan. Rowan was someone that he met later on in his life. So, in story, he met Rowan 5 years before the present. And since then, they became pretty close. But they were not, that was not his childhood friend. That wasn't like the friend that was in his childhood. They just met afterwards. Sometime after that. His childhood friend is a different person. But yeah, we'll talk about his lore. I'll try and do a drawing of him just so we can talk about it. Because I do want to talk about it. It's just that I have not locked in. Are they alive? Yesn't. Yes and no. It's a little complicated. I ain't gonna hold you. Actually, I will hold you. I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. They are alive, but they're definitely not the same. She's a faceless. There we go. She's a faceless. So I'm gonna hold. Now I'm gonna let go of your hand, okay? So his best friend, she was normal, and now she's a faceless. So she's technically dead because her real self is gone. Because you know, the faceless, when they take your face, you're kind of cooked. You can never be your former self again if the mask is like broken. So yeah, he kind of lost her. So there's a faceless version of her wandering around. Yeah. Teehee. Teehee, I say as I drop that. But we'll talk about it in more depth when I draw him. We'll talk about it more then. Because I'm definitely like putting it in a nutshell here. It's definitely more complicated than that. Can I shade this ear, bro? Why is bro's ear not shaded? Okay. Got his ear. We can like fix some of the hair sides here. Okay. There we go. Oh. Whoops, I made a mistake. No, don't fuse that actually. Ooh, whoops. Yeah, I cooked myself. I forgot that I did this down here. Whoops. Not supposed to do that. Yikes. The urge to start a whole new universe with a whole new OCs? Dang. Yeah, the urge is very strong, but I refuse to do it. An understandable urge, but sometimes you just gotta focus on the current universe you have. Unless it's not that serious, to be honest. Unless you don't plan on releasing it or anything, then that doesn't matter. Just create a million if you want. Okay, perfect. There you go, we fixed that. It's still a little cooked, because now I can't fix this part. But, we can kind of fix it. Can't believe I did not notice that. What's a concept you want to make as an OC? That's a good question. Do I have any concept that I'd like to make an OC out of right now? Not really, honestly. The feeling is relatable, but at the moment right now, I don't really have anything. I feel like I've already explored the concepts I was more interested in already with some of my other characters, so I don't know, I already made most of the concepts I was interested in. What I really meant from that is that the concept of wanting to make more OCs is a little relatable. Gotta go, guys, for real? Okay. And yeah, you gotta go for real this time. We'll see you next time. I'm gonna end in a few minutes, so I'm close to done. Now, why the heck does it look like he has underwear on? Whoops. This is supposed to be way darker. colored than what it actually is. See ya? Alright, we'll see you next time. Kahuna, good luck. Alright, fix this in between the legs. Okay. Okay, so I rendered most of what I thought was more important. Actually, not exactly. I feel like there's still one more thing I could do, which would be darken the back of the hand here. Ear. Nope. Okay. L. The bucket tool never wants to work. Make this black instead. Put it on white. Blend that out. Darken this. And darken under here. Okay, put some dark back here as well. Perfect. Alright. There we go. I think that's enough for today. We shaded this entire thing, which I'm really surprised about. Some really good progress. So I guess what I'm going to do later would be add all the flowers to then add all of the color that I'm missing. And also rendering the boots, I guess, because, I didn't do that. And adding all the missing details from his outfit. Like the lines that go over here. These lines here, I need to add them. This belt part, I need to add it too. So yeah, I'm just gonna make sure to do that all off screen. Because I don't feel like making a part 3 to this. I hope next stream I can just come in with a different artwork. But yeah, that is all for today. Thank you everyone for stopping by. And that shall be all. We're gonna, ouch. I didn't mean to kick it. I'm just gonna end it zoomed into his face. Zoomed into his beautiful face. Echo Bat, you're late. I was literally just about to end stream. I was saying goodbye to everyone, so say goodbye. Bye-bye. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yes, I do.